Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Ozark Overland Adventures, and in this video I want to talk about prep work that I've been doing to the Gladiators, because today is Saturday and on Monday we start making our way northwest, heading to the Pacific Northwest. This is a trip that we've done the last 2 years. We're doing it again this year because the PNW area, man, in the summertime, it is just one of our absolute favorite places. And on this trip, we are somewhat unexpectedly picking up something new that I'll go into a little more detail, although I'm not giving it away. But we're picking up something new on this trip, and in early July, we're running the Rubicon Trail for the first time. Never run it before. It's one of those bucket list, off-road overlanding trips. We're going to take our time on it. We're going to spend 3 days on it. Obviously camping along the way. We just want to soak everything in that is, that's on the Rubicon. And so been prepping Jeeps for that. Been prepping Jeeps, just getting ready to be gone for 6 weeks, all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to walk you through that, what all we've been doing here. But if you've been following along with the channel, I also want to give you kind of a life update, because the channel has been a little different lately in that life has just thrown us a curveball. And for the first time since I've been doing YouTube full time for almost 4 years now, I have been unable to get out and explore and make new content, at least as far as Friday trip videos go. And this video is coming out on a Friday. It's obviously not a trip video. I'm doing the best I can. And here's what's happened. Let me set you down over here. There we go. There we go. And we'll just talk about it. So, first of all, the biggest thing and the greatest thing is my youngest daughter and Kara's daughter have graduated high school. That has been kind of them going to college in the fall has been the milestone for ultimately our goal for this channel. When I got serious with this 5 years ago, was able to go full time doing the YouTube channel 4 years ago. The ultimate goal was after the kids have graduated and gone to college, we are going to start traveling more full time. We are keeping the house because Kara's daughter is going to live here during college because we've got multiple dogs that she takes care of that are her dogs. And so she's going to stay here in the house. And so we will have a home to come back to, but we will be on the road a whole lot more than we are off, and just have the freedom to do whatever we want to. So that has been the goal of this channel from the beginning, and we're there, we're here, and picking up something new on this upcoming trip is the key to that. And if you've been following along, especially if you saw the Expo West video I did on full-size, full-time travel rigs, there's some clues in there. But yeah, so we're picking up something new for full-time travel, but not getting rid of the Gladiators. Gladiators still very much staying here. Sully's paid off, so I don't have to worry about that payment and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, maybe giving you too much info. But so kids graduated, yay. Kara and her daughter went to Europe for 2 weeks. During that time, I had all 5 of our dogs, so I couldn't go anywhere. I had to stay home and deal with the dogs. You would think that would be an ideal prime opportunity. Kara and her daughter are gone. Just me. My daughter's off doing her own thing, post-graduation, and nope, I had to tend to 5 dogs, so I wasn't able to do things. I got a lot of editing done. Then when Kara came home on this if you know Kara, she puts 150 50% effort into everything she does. And if she is on a trip, she just goes. And well, they were walking for 2 weeks, walking 15 to 20,000 steps a day. The 15,000 step day was their rest day. So trip's over, been just going and going and going. 10-hour plane ride, 7-hour layover, another 2-hour plane ride to finally get home. You know, all that sort of stuff. Wakes up the next day and feels some issues in her lower back, down her leg. Goes to a chiropractor, gets it checked out. Wakes up the next day, which would have been a Friday. Can barely move. Excruciating pain. Bottom line is she, in all that effort and the walking and then the sitting on a plane, just created a perfect storm for sciatica. I don't know if you've ever had sciatica. This is the first time. I've had friends that have had sciatica. This is the first time to ever personally experience someone with sciatica. It is downright debilitating. It is just awful. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And so for the last, now just over 2 weeks and 2 days, she's been battling, trying to recover from this sciatica, and is making progress. We have concerns about this initial drive up to Idaho, because it's multiple days of 10, 12 hours, you know, in the seat. So we have some concerns about that. But Kara, I told Kara, we don't have to go. We don't have to go yet. We could postpone it. And she's like, nope, nope, this is important. We're going. We've got plans to go to the Range to Ranch event in Idaho that our friend Cindy with Northology Adventure is putting on. This is the first time for that event, so we want to go and support her and be a part of that. Of course, we love Idaho. Then we've got Expo Pacific Northwest the next weekend. And then we've got about 10 days between that and when we start on the Rubicon Trail to just kind of wander and explore. So once we get up there, it'll be a lot more chill, because we don't have an agenda other than to, you know, chill at Range to Ranch, get to the expo, hang out there, you know. So anyway, so we're still in the midst of that. I feel like this is kind of boring with me just standing there talking to the camera. So I apologize. Like I said, this one's going to be different, kind of a life update. So that's where we are. The plan still currently is to take both Gladiators. You're like, but Matt, aren't you picking up something new? Yes, we are. But the plan is still to take both Gladiators, on the Rubicon Trail. Because like I said, if you know us, if you've watched the channel, we both love to drive. Plus we're taking Milo and Izzy. And the rule is if we take 2 dogs, we have to take 2 Jeeps. Because there's not enough room for dogs in the back, plus clothes, plus gear. The back is exposed. You know, I mean, I could put stuff back here. We could just take Poppy, and only do with the topper on it. Just pile that full of stuff. I mean, we could potentially just take Poppy. So if Kara hasn't progressed to the point where she feels comfortable driving, then we may just take Poppy. But the goal is to take both, so we've been getting a lot of stuff done. I'm kind of doing this as just a full one take, no editing kind of video. So bear with me here. But let me walk you through. We'll start in here in the garage because it's cooler in here. The other thing is, I've had days where I could have gone out, but it has been raining like just crazy here, which is unusual for late May, early June. But yeah, we've just had rain after rain after rain, and just kind of couldn't. It's just not fun to go out and shoot in the rain. It's great if I'm on a big trip with friends and stuff, and it just starts raining. But if it's already raining, I just kind of don't want to go out. So anyway, let me start with Sully. Things that I have done. Really 2 things. 2 main things that I've done to try to prep Sully for the Rubicon. The first, I've kind of covered this somewhat in a different video, but are the new shocks, the Bilstein 8100 DSAs. So far, I am absolutely in love with these shocks. Their adjustability, I can't wait to get them out on the trail to really flex them out. to see how well they do in all the different terrains. What I have had it on has been fantastic. So these allow more adjustability in the right places than my Elkas did. And so far I have just been crazy impressed with the Bilstein 8100 DSAs and their adjustability, because I'm in the sweet spot in the middle of where I want to be. If I need to tighten them up, I can. If I need to soften them up, I can. Whereas with my Elkas, I was maxed out as stiff as they could get and still wasn't quite containing the body roll and stuff like I would have liked. The other new thing that I've done is this down here. I have installed Clayton's front long arm kit for the Gladiator. It is a radius arm style long arm. It does require cutting and welding, so I did not do this install on my own. Took this to my friends down at Toys for Trucks in North Little Rock. They cut off all the brackets. They did the welding of the new new plates and mounts and stuff. Dialed it in for the alignment. It got the geometry all correct. Man, these long arms feel amazing. And I'll show you the difference kind of between this on Sully and Poppy. So if I step back here, ideally you want your lower control arms to be fairly flat. The more of an angle your lower control arms get, the more jarring hitting bumps and obstacles and stuff like that are. So the flatter you are, it allows your, I'm getting in the weeds here, but it allows your axle to just go straight up and down, whereas if it's angled, some of the force is coming back into the frame and the body, so it makes it more jarring. Long arms, put the pivot point further back, allowing a straighter control arm on the lower side, giving you a much smoother ride and potentially more flex. I'm going to be figuring that out hopefully real soon. So that's the two things on Sully, are the long arms from Clayton. Love that they got that little logo stamped on there, and the Bilstein shocks. Those are fantastic. I mean, did a little couple things in here. I picked up at More Expo. I am planning on fishing on this trip, so I got my little fishing bag, got my little fishing pole. But this shelf, man, this is just great for, keep a roll of paper towels in here, an extra blanket, bug spray. For some reason I have shoes back here. I don't know why. Obviously I haven't cleaned everything out. That's tomorrow's plan, is clean and pack. But yeah, I love this from Backseat Delete is the name of the company that makes this shelf. Okay, I lied. I did hit stop the camera and therefore have an edit in here. If you know Poppy, I think some of the changes that we've done to Poppy should be quite obvious. Give you time to take a look and see what we've done here. But if you saw our Moab videos, we put both Gladiators on Metal Cloak's CTI ramp, and initially Sully outscored Poppy. I didn't sit real well with Kara, and while we were on one of the trails, Kara had a mishap and ripped her front fender flare off, which gave her more clearance, and we went back and got on the CTI ramp again, and with just one front fender off and having more clearance up in there, she outscored me by 10 points. So Kara was immediately like, all right, flat fenders all around, they got to go. So we did pick up the Metal Cloak aluminum, so nice. These are so lightweight. Aluminum fender flares, along with Metal Cloak's aluminum fender liners, and put those on Poppy. So she has tons of room up in here to get all kinds of crazy flexy on the Rubicon Trail. It was actually a pretty easy install. Just tedious getting all the clips out, getting all the little bolts and stuff in there in the right spot, but otherwise pretty easy to do. And I think the black flares on the pink Gladiator, just that extra piece of black. I think it just really breaks up the color and just makes it look awesome. Now, Kara did have mud flaps on here, and because she doesn't like mud up the side of the Jeep and on the door handles and stuff, and that obviously is gone. There's almost no coverage down here on this side to keep mud from flying. But with the body liner we got from Tulsa Body Liner, theoretically, it should all just fall off anyway. So we'll see. We'll be putting that to the test too. The other big thing that we've done is testing out some brand new rock sliders from Asphere 4x4. We've got Asphere skid plates on Kara's Wrangler and on Sully. We don't have any aftermarket skid plates on Poppy yet. And the Asphere guys are just fantastic. And they've come out with this new rock slider, which also, I mean, makes an incredible step to access, you know, stuff on top of your rig. But we're actually testing these for Asphere, going on the Rubicon Trail and gonna beat the ever-living crap out of them. They are frame mounted. They are bolt-on frame mounted sliders, so they're not body mounted. And just from what we've had so far with them, these things should hold up really well, but we'll let you know. Also been doing some work in the back. Kara kind of wants to go a little leaner back here. I have removed the fridge and the fridge slide in the back because we've got the fridge in Sully, and with the new thing that we're picking up, we'll have more food storage space in it. So Kara wants to go a little leaner back here, and so I have removed her fridge and her fridge slide just to make more room, lighten it up a little bit. I've removed our shower room off of Poppy because that's going somewhere else on this trip. And I think that's really it. I mean, of course, I've done all the maintenance things: oil changes, fluid checks, tire rotations, all that good stuff. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out on Sully's oil consumption. That's not fixed yet, so just trying to figure out where that's going. So far, I don't have an answer. I did install an oil catch can, and it is definitely catching oil, but not to the amount that not to the amount that explains the oil that I burn through. So, still figuring that part out. Let's see. Like I mentioned, wanting to do some fishing on this trip. Taking my paddle board because I want to do some paddling and fishing. Oh, this is new. This is new, and I'm super pumped about it. Open Road 4-wheel drive, who makes the winches that we use, and tents and awnings and that sort of stuff. They have come out with new storage boxes, and this one has replaced my my Wolf Pack, my Front Runner Wolf Pack, because this is actually dust proof and waterproof and a little bit bigger inside, but fits in my space perfectly. So this has now become my kitchen tote, and I'm super pumped to try to test this out on my trip. And I love it because I can reach it and I can open it and I can access everything without necessarily having to take it out. But if I do need to take it out, I can do that very easily. So I'm excited to have this new tote from Open Road 4-wheel drive. Well, I think that's it. The Jeeps are ready. I think the Jeeps are ready for the trip, and cannot wait for the Rubicon. That is going to be awesome. Can't wait to show you what we are picking up along the way and how that's going to work into our upcoming full-time travel adventures. That will be the next video, us getting to Idaho, picking up the new thing, and all that sort of stuff. So that will be the next video. When this video comes out, we will be in Idaho. That's the plan. and already on the journey, because today's Saturday, we leave Monday. This video will come out Friday, so we'll be into the journey, and then the next video will be the new thing. So be sure and subscribe and come back. Be sure and hit that bell notification too. YouTube's doing some really weird things right now and not necessarily recommending videos. So if you're subscribed, make sure the bell notification is hit, because YouTube's just kind of doing some weird stuff right now. And yeah, I think that's I think that's everything. There you go. So what we've done to the Jeeps to prep for this trip, especially the Rubicon, and what kind of life update vlog. So hopefully Kara will be better, and if not, we will adjust and pivot and maybe just take one Gladiator. I don't know. I don't know. Health, all that comes first over, doing crazy things. So you should know by the time we'll be posting stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this wasn't too crazy different and out of the norm. Just giving you kind of a life update vlog. So please like, subscribe, check out the Patreon link in the description or right here on the QR code. If you want to consider supporting the channel, getting access to special events, special content, all of the GPS data from our amazing trips that we get to take, and for all of our merchandise, go to shopoverlandapparel.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, hopefully in Idaho. Bye.